Scenario-based questions and application security engineer interviews assess a candidate's ability to apply their knowledge and problem-solving skills to real-world situations. Here are 30 most commonly asked scenario-based questions, along with detailed answers. 1. Scenario: you discover a potential cross-site scripting vulnerability in a critical web application. How would you mitigate this issue? Answer: to mitigate XSS, I would recommend implementing input validation, output encoding, and adopting content security policy (CSP). This ensures that user input is validated and sanitized, and the browser restricts the execution of unauthorized scripts. 2. Scenario: during a code review, you identify a risk of skull injection in a database query. How would you address this in the code? Answer: I would suggest using parameterized queries or prepared statements to ensure that user input is treated as data, not executable code. This prevents malicious skull injection by separating data from skull commands. 3. Scenario: the application allows users to upload files, posing a potential security risk. How would you secure file uploads? Answer: I recommend implementing file type verification, limiting file size, and storing uploaded files in a secure location. Additionally, incorporating antivirus scans can further enhance the security of uploaded files. Scenario 4: in enhancing authentication security, how would you implement multi-factor authentication (MFA) in an existing application? Answer: I would integrate MFA by combining something the user knows password with something they have, such as a one-time code from an authenticator app. This adds an extra layer of security to the authentication process. Scenario 5: a new feature requires specific user roles with varying levels of access. How would you implement role-based access control (RBAC)? Answer: I would define roles based on job responsibilities, assign permissions to each role, and ensure users are associated with the appropriate roles. RBAC ensures that users only have the permissions necessary for their roles. Scenario 6: the development team is considering token-based authentication. Explain the advantages and potential security concerns associated with this approach. Answer: token-based authentication offers scalability and statelessness. However, security concerns may include token leakage, and it's crucial to implement measures like secure token storage, expiration policies, and HTS. Scenario 7: how would you protect an application against cross-site request forgery CASCRF attacks? Answer: implementing anti-CASCRF tokens in forms ensures that each form submission is uniquely tied to the user session, preventing attackers from forcing actions on behalf of authenticated users. Scenario 8: explain how content security policy (CSP) helps in securing web applications, and how would you implement it? Answer: CSP restricts the execution of scripts and resources to specific domains, mitigating XSS attacks. To implement, I would define a policy header specifying allowed sources for scripts, styles, and other resources. Scenario 9: why are security headers, such as HTTP strict transport security (HES), important, and how would you configure them for a web application? Answer: security headers enhance web security. HES ensures secure connections, and configuring it involves adding the strict transport security header to HTTP responses, specifying the duration for which the browser should enforce HTTPS. Scenario 10: you are tasked with performing a code review for security vulnerabilities. What aspects would you focus on, and how would you approach it? Answer: I would focus on input validation, secure coding practices, and potential vulnerabilities like injection flaws. Using both automated tools and manual review, I would assess code for adherence to security standards. Scenario 11: after a vulnerability scan, you find several critical issues in the application. How would you prioritize and remediate these vulnerabilities? Answer: I would prioritize based on severity and potential impact. Critical vulnerabilities would be addressed first, using a risk-based approach, and remediation would involve patching, code changes, or configuration adjustments. Scenario 12. You receive an alert about a potential security incident. Walk me through the steps you would take to investigate and respond. Answer: I would start by identifying the nature and scope of the incident, isolating affected systems, collecting evidence, and notifying relevant stakeholders. The incident response plan would guide further actions, including recovery and lessons learned. Scenario 13. Explain the importance of data encryption and how you would implement it for sensitive information in transit. Answer: data encryption ensures confidentiality. I would implement transport layer security tells to encrypt data in transit, securing communication between the client and server. This prevents eavesdropping and data interception. Scenario 14. Database interaction is vulnerable to skull injection. How would you secure it? Answer: I would recommend using parameterized queries or prepared statements to ensure that user input is treated as data, preventing skull injection by separating data from skull commands. Scenario 15. Discuss the key considerations in implementing secure session management, especially in a web application. Answer: secure session management involves using secure cookies, session timeouts, and unique session identifiers. Additionally, regular reauthentication and protection against session fixation are crucial. Scenario 16. How would you secure a RESTful API, considering authentication, authorization, and data integrity? Answer: I would implement OAuth for authentication, use API keys or tokens for authorization, and ensure data integrity through HTTPS. Input validation and rate limiting would further enhance API security. Scenario 17. Why is API rate limiting important, and how would you implement it to prevent abuse and attacks? Answer: API rate limiting prevents abuse, brute force attacks, and ensures fair usage. Implementation involves defining limits based on client IP or API key, and using tokens or sliding windows for tracking usage. Scenario 18. When integrating third-party APIs, what security considerations should be taken into account? Answer: it's crucial to validate and sanitize inputs from third-party APIs, use secure communication HTTPS, and implement proper authentication and authorization mechanisms. Regularly update API keys and review access permissions. Scenario 19. An application is migrating to the cloud. What security measures would you implement to ensure the application's security in a cloud environment? Answer: I would focus on identity and access management, encryption of data at rest and in transit, network segmentation, and leveraging cloud-native security services like AWS, WAF, or Azure Security Center. Scenario 20. Explain the shared responsibility model in cloud security, particularly in platforms like AWS or Azure. Answer: the shared responsibility model delineates responsibilities between the cloud provider and the customer. The provider secures the infrastructure, while the customer is responsible for securing their data, applications, and configurations. Scenario 21. In the event of a security incident involving cloud resources, how would you respond differently compared to on-premises incidents? Answer: response involves collaboration with the cloud provider's incident response team. Actions may include isolating affected resources, analyzing cloud logs, and updating security configurations. Scenario 22. How can artificial intelligence (AI) and machine learning (ML) enhance threat detection in an application security context? Answer: AI and ML can analyze patterns, detect anomalies, and automate threat detection. They contribute to proactive and adaptive security measures by identifying abnormal behavior. Scenario 23. Discuss how blockchain technology can be utilized to enhance the security of distributed applications. Answer: blockchain provides a tamper-resistant and decentralized ledger. It can be used for secure and transparent transaction records, ensuring integrity and authenticity in distributed applications. Scenario 24. An application involves integrating Internet of Things (IoT) devices. What security considerations should be addressed in this scenario? Answer: key considerations include secure communication protocols such as MAC-T over TELS, device authentication, firmware updates, and segmentation to prevent unauthorized access. Scenario 25. How would you communicate security risks and recommendations to non-technical stakeholders, such as executives or business managers? Answer: I would present security risks in a non-technical language, emphasizing the business impact and potential consequences. Providing actionable recommendations and potential mitigations is crucial for informed decision-making. Scenario 26. Collaboration with development teams is essential for effective application security. How would you foster collaboration and communicate security requirements? Answer: regular communication, involvement in the development lifecycle, and providing actionable guidance are key. Workshops, training sessions, and integrating security into the development workflow foster a collaborative security culture. Scenario 27. Describe how you would conduct a tabletop exercise for incident response with cross-functional teams. Answer: a tabletop exercise involves simulating a security incident, bringing together teams from IT, legal, communication, and management. The goal is to assess the effectiveness of the incident response plan, identify gaps, and improve coordination. Scenario 28. How do you foresee the role of automation evolving in application security, and what benefits can it provide? Answer: automation will play a significant role in vulnerability scanning, continuous monitoring, and incident response. It enhances efficiency, enables rapid response to threats, and allows security teams to focus on strategic aspects. Scenario 29. As applications increasingly move to cloud-native architectures, what specific security measures should be emphasized? Answer: emphasize the use of cloud-native security services, container security, serverless security, and continuous monitoring. Leverage tools like AWS Security Hub or Azure Security Center for centralized security management. Scenario 30. How would you stay updated on the latest developments and threats in the field of application security? And how would you encourage a culture of continuous learning within your team? Answer: staying updated involves attending conferences, webinars, participating in forums, and continuous self-learning. Encouraging team members to pursue certifications, providing training opportunities, and fostering a culture of knowledge sharing contribute to continuous learning. These scenario-based questions and answers cover a wide range of topics relevant to application security. Engineers, assessing their ability to apply knowledge, make informed decisions, and address security challenges in various scenarios. For more exciting tips, tricks, and more importantly, for valuable insights of interviews, please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. It has a lot of valuable information about various insights of interviews. It has a wide range of real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for interviews, and it has wide range of most asked interview questions and answers of various technologies like data science, SAP, AWS, DevOps, and full-stack web development, and more. That will be useful during interviews. It has a wide range of most asked interview questions and answers, and real-world portfolio projects of various technologies for freshers. For 2 to 3 years, experienced candidates, and for 5 or above years, experienced candidates to test their skills by knowing most asked interview questions and make themselves ready for interviews.